Hey guys, how you doing? It's Brian here, the Daily Contract, and today we're going to be going over the Motorola DTR550. So real quick, let me just go over a couple things. I'll point out the pros, the cons, the good, bad, the ugly, and we'll go from there. So first things first, these radios can be set up using CPS software. These do have the capacity to cover about 325,000 square feet. These are 900 megahertz, so as you would expect, they're short-wave radios, meaning that they're only going to cover a short amount of distance. They're not going to cover the same as you would with, say, 800 megahertz or even UHF range 1 and 2, VHF, low band. They're high frequency. They're going to cover about the same length as a push-to-talk Nextel phone, if you will. Covering the next point, these are 900 megahertz license free, meaning you don't need the FCC license to utilize these radios. These will not work with other Motorola radios that operate in 900 megahertz because these utilize something called FHS, or frequency hopping spectrum spread. Now, to revert back for a second, these operate on 20 different public talk groups. So eventually you can stumble upon someone else's communications, but it's very unlikely because these are constantly hopping from frequency to frequency in the 900 megahertz band. These do offer short messaging service. So if you can go in, you can program the messages. You can send a message like yes, no, I can't take that job or assignment. Let me see if I can pull this up in the frame real quick. You can preload these in the CPS, and it's really quite simple. You just select send message, select can you meet me, select to public 1, send, receiving data, and there you go. Now, before I go into the ergonomics and such of the radio, I'm just going to go back for a moment. Again, you can preset these. The battery display is right up here in the top right corner. You can see that this does need a charge. These do use lithium-ion batteries that last about 15 hours. Using the desktop charger right here, these will charge for about 3 hours to ensure a full charge. These do come with swivel carry holsters, which are really nice, very rugged. Unfortunately, these have been dropped a few times on some camping trips and whatnot. These do offer private and group call aliasing, so you can send group messages and push-to-talk codes in public or private talk groups. You can see that the public talk group came up there. These are very, very ruggedized. These meet the military 810 Charlie, 810 Delta, 810 Echo, and Foxtrot specifications for shock, vibration, water, dust, and extreme temperatures. These, I gotta say, these things are really freaking awesome. It does depend on what kind of antenna you're using. If you use the short, stubby antenna or the long whip antenna, you do get a little bit more play with the long whip antenna. But I gotta tell you, these things are really nice. So we're gonna digress for a moment. These do have a 2-pin accessory jack. Let me see if I can pull up that speaker mic real quick. Here we go. So these radios here utilize this microphone. It's Peter Mike Nancy 4029 Alpha. Has the 3.5 millimeter jack right here on the side of the mic. And since this one is already open, I'll show you here. Just plugs into the side, do a brief audio demonstration real quick. We'll transmit here. Radio test 1, 2. And then vice versa from the mic. Receiving loud and clear. Sorry about the focus on this, guys. I got a lot going on, small space to work with, but we'll make do. So with that in mind, these do have a call alert tone, which you just heard in the little demonstration I did previously. These do offer caller ID, so you can set these up to Jack, Peter, you know, whatever you want the audio IDs to, or excuse me, the radio IDs to be. They have 150 unit contact lists, so you can have up to 150 contacts in these radios. Now, let me see here. Oh yeah, and you can, like I said, obviously you can talk to either one unit to unit, or you can talk to a whole group of people. Now, the downside of these is that they don't operate like Moto Turbo radios, meaning you can't use these with other radios. Again, I mean APX, XTS, maybe even some DTMR, or excuse me, DMR radios. Again, because of the frequency hopping, they're not on a dedicated frequency. They jump around. So it makes it more secure for you. If you're using these for, say, like a daycare center, you don't want anyone privy to your conversations, like the movement of children, security measures, so on and so forth. But honestly, I use these for camping. You know, they cover enough range. I usually go camping with 2 sets of radios. Either it's my personal APX and the GMRS or FRS radios, or I take these DTR radios, and they work very nice. So immediately off the bat, the case right here, the swivel holster, you just peel that apart and it comes out. Kind of functions like an APX swivel holster. Just go ahead, clip it in there, and nice and secure. Okay, and then you have your side programmable buttons right here. This one is set up for volume control. And then you have your power button. So you just push and hold. Radio goes to sleep. Hit it again. You're back in business. You can navigate here through your contacts, messages, recent calls, settings, my info. So your info, it'll come up as your 11-digit ID. Each radio has its own specific phone number, I guess you could say. Go to settings. These are both set up the same way. I'm just showing you on this one. I'm pretty sure you can see it. Viber call. So you can set this. I personally set it for on, so that, you know, if you can't, for whatever reason, hear, you at least know that there's a transmission or an alert coming over. Clock, alarm, volume control. Let's go back and set this real quick. There we go. I'm just very anal with how I set things up. Talk per mid-tone offset, ambient noise. I put it for high, just because of where I live next to the highway. You can go into advanced settings. You can enable the scan. You can do call forwarding. Very, very nifty little radios. And then just hit the home button and it goes back like that. And then, you know, you just simply push the talk button. And that's it. And then, you know, again, vice versa, you can just use the mic. And there you go. So I like that it has the talk permit tone and the all clear tone. You know, you can get a nice little talk permit tone. You know your message is being sent. And then, let's say you're out of range. We'll demonstrate that by using this radio here. If you go to key up, you'll get user not available. So if you're out of range, you get that error tone right there. I'll do it again for you. See, user not available. Now, if you get back into range of another radio, go ahead and key up, and your messages will come across. So, long story short, I really like these. I'd recommend these for anyone that's really going camping, if you're big on privacy, or, if you have a business where you feel like there might be a threat to security. You don't want to use a UHF or conventional type channel where someone can observe your radio traffic. It's a lot better than having to worry about encryption, key loading, and all that other crap. If you're just into really simple communications, you just want to pick it up out of the charger, send your traffic, your message, whatever, then these are for you. I really recommend these. These are great from Motorola. They have a whole DTR line, but I personally like the 550 Digital. And yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about these. You can drop them, pick them up. Not that you want to drop them, but you get the idea. And these things work fabulous. They're really great. I do have one more thing that I want to show you guys. I went digging through my squad's attic to do an inventory, and you're never going to guess what I found. Brand new Minitor 2s. Can you believe this? Blast from the past. And they still work. They actually work pretty freaking sweet. So, for those of you who don't know, the Minitor 2 was very popular among emergency services as a whole around the 90s, early 2000s. These are in the 464 megahertz band. These actually use tone reads. So they're pre-programmed to a specific frequency. You put in the tone reads or the tone filters in the bottom that are specifically meant for your department. And then when you turn it on, you can obviously hear the CSQ traffic on the frequency. Let me just give you a brief demo here. I'll go to... Nope, don't want that. Hang on. Stand by for a moment. I can't do the quick call to display or the quick call feature because then I have to go through dispatch on that, so I'd rather not do that. But I'll show you how they work real quick. Let's go ahead and set this up. These things are pretty freaking loud, too. Radio check 1, 2. Radio check, testing. I'll do the one tone that I can display for you. Just stand by for a moment. Pretty cool, huh? Then you have your auto squelch adjuster. So you can hear what's coming across your squad or your department's traffic if you're so inclined to have this. Battery is right here on the side. Just slide this down. Battery door opens. Has a pre-built-in belt clip on the side. And yeah, I mean, these things are really pretty cool. This bell here is for alert only, frequency 1, and frequency setting number 2. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. These things are in really good shape. Surprisingly, a lot of the old timers at the fire station and the squad are kind of fighting to the death over these because they're in such good shape. Reminiscent of the past, I guess. Chargers are in really, really, really good shape too. These things were like straight out of the plastic still from when we had our old Moto dealer. And everything still works. I don't have the ports because you have to plug it in and all that, but yeah, these things were really nice. And speaking of pagers, I have a quick note for Wally. Wally, this right here is the Minitor 3. Again, old stock pager from my squad. You can charge your batteries in there, or you just drop in the pager right there. I'm kind of crunched for time, so I'm speeding along. La la la. You just turn it on. Let me show you. Turn on the power. This one has stored voice in there, so you press the top button, it'll replay the call. Squelch is on the side. You have 4 channels, settings rather, A, B, C, and D. So you can set those up to whatever you like. I will shift to the frequency that I do have set up for that.
Channel 1.
Stand by for audio test. Watch your speakers. Oh, that's strange. Ah, there we go. these things really work well. I really like these. You know, I've always liked the minitor pagers. They always perform very well. These are on a different frequency. These are from 453500. But these were the obviously the next step up from the Minitor 2. But I can't say enough good things about these. These things were in really good shape. The only thing is the plastic on the top seems to be very, very fragile over time. This is actually I forget what this is. It's not 3.5 millimeter, but you can attach like an earpiece. If you're in church or whatever and you don't want anyone hearing your calls, you can just plug it in there. And then, yeah, just flips on your belt clip, or your belt, rather, and that's it. So, yeah, I mean, these are really good treasure trove finds. Nice classic pagers, and they work just as well as the Minitor 5 and 6, even the Minitor 4, operation-wise. So, yeah, guys, Wally, I hope you like that. If that is something that you want, you know how to get a hold of me. Let me know. So, yeah, guys, I hope you found this somewhat helpful. I hope you like the reviews. If you do, leave a comment in the section, or leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Let my, just to, you know, show me that you guys like what I'm putting out there. Sorry about the rambling, bit of a stressful day, but this has been Brian from the Daily Check, and as always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys again soon.